Left, right, left. 2 miles to go. Right, left, right. Come on, Nicole, you got this. Push, Nicole, push, is all I hear in the background. Half a mile, quarter of a mile, last stretch, sprint. I'm finally done. You did it, Nicole, you did it. You're going to the podium. Wow. Who would have thought a runner like me could end up placing third in her last meet of her first year? This is a story on how I started cross country at Massanutten Valley. It was the end of my sophomore year, and I decided I wasn't going to play volleyball this year. I didn't like it the way I used to. So instead of doing cheerleading or golf, I decided I was going to try something new. I wanted to bring cross country to Massanutten. I go to my athletics director and ask him what I need to do in order to get the sport at my school. He said I needed 3 simple steps. Get a coach, find some runners, and get it approved by the school board. I decided I was going to make this happen. Finding the coach was easy. My varsity softball coach and a family friend loved running. He always ran cross country, and he runs 5Ks now. So after 2 weeks of begging and pleading him, he finally said yes to me. He asked what the next steps were, and I told him, find some runners. So the next day, we set up a meeting, and we end up having 15 girls and 10 boys sign up for cross country. I was so excited, I knew we were going to get this approved by the school board. Showing how inexpensive it was and what potential we had, they approved it. I was thrilled. The next couple weeks flew by, and it was finally my first practice. I was so excited. I laced up my shoes and ran to the track. Although, I was confused. I saw 5 girls and 2 boys. Come to find out, a lot of them bailed. But I wasn't going to let that bring me down. I was determined to be a runner. Finally, the summer ended, and after long afternoons running speed drills, early mornings running 8 miles, and all the 5Ks I did, my coach and I prepared myself for my first meet. We go to the first meet, and we end up with having 2 boys and 1 girl, me. I was so nervous when I was sitting there in the block. It was only me in one little block, and all these other girls filled with each other. I look around. I was very overwhelmed. So I get down to prep myself, close my eyes, wait for the gun to shoot, and I take off. Although I made my first mistake. You should not be top 10 in the pack unless you know you're a good runner. But although I made that mistake, I still ended up placing higher than top half on my first meet. And I thought that was pretty good. I was so excited to tell my friends that I couldn't wait for school to start. Finally, the first day of my junior year came, and I got to see all my friends I hadn't seen since we don't play the same sport. I go up to them to try to say hi, and all of a sudden, they turn their backs on me. I was a little confused, so I go to my friend Jordan and ask her what's up. She tells me they are ignoring me because I quit volleyball for a sport like cross country. That's not even a sport. Although I was really hurt and learned a valuable lesson about friendship, I was determined to prove them wrong. And that determination got me 3rd place. After that incident, at every practice and meet, I made sure I got a personal record, whether it was by milliseconds or seconds. Finally, the last meet before sectionals came, flew by like no other. But I was determined to win. I wasn't the nervous cross-country runner I was during my first meet. I was out for a win. So we finally get to the meet, and I'm standing for my block, not closing my eyes anymore, but looking for the win. The gun rings, and I take off. All I did was listen to my coach and I. I was coaching myself mentally, and my coach was coaching me on my times. Every time he told me my time, I told myself I could do better. I was better than this. Finally, he warns me on the last mile, and I start to sprint. I knew I had to give it everything I got. I counted all the way up till I was the top 10. I lost track after that because all I did was pray that I'd do good. Finally, I passed the line and just fall. I gave it everything I had. My parents come over telling me how proud they are of me, and all I hear is my coach running at me, screaming, "Nicole, you did it! You're going to the podium!" I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. Come to find out, I ended up third out of over 300 girls. I was so proud of myself, and I was so glad I never gave up. Cross country taught me a lot of things. It taught me to turn your downfalls into motivation, to not listen to the people that are going to down you, and that with hard work and faith, anything is possible. Although I stopped running cross country last year, we have a very strong cross country team. We now have 6 girls and 8 boys running, and that's only been 3 years since it started. I am proud to call myself a Macinawa Valley cross country runner, and I never saw myself as the first cross country runner at Macinawa Valley. I saw myself as a girl who never gave up.